So I just wanted to look at like probably some VODs to see maybe how especially the scouting, how I can maybe
Mm-hmm.
get better at that. I suspect that I'm making the game a little harder than it needs to be
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
myself in a lot of these cases, I think.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, what do you exactly do at the moment when you're trying to scout?
Okay, I think um one of the problems I have had trying to adjust from Tracer to like say other heroes is that Tracer encourages you to take a flank and like what's it called? I'll say off angle at all times, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mostly, yeah.
um because you have the sustainability and the ability to like just be permanently on a flank or on off angle, and as much as possible, you almost never ever want to be with your team as a tracer. I mean,
Yeah,
occasionally you
mostly.
can, but the best way to increase your pressure is to be constantly on the flank. So I
Mm-hmm.
suspect sometimes I do that with Genji. That's not always a good habit because
Mm-hmm.
if you take too wide a flank, I think sometimes well, that's what I think is the problem. But I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
ask you about that. So it's more about the setup, but the setup also leads into scouting, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
um if you take too long to set up, your opportunity is gone, or and sometimes by being slightly closer to your team, also your scouting is slightly better because you can also see more opportunities. I mean, in the case of Genji, you want to see people who are low, right? That's like his
Mm-hmm.
win condition in a fight, or at least
Mm-hmm.
what I've seen so far.
Well, sort of. With most of the dive heroes, you can kind of capitalize on your team's pressure because you have a lot of burst. You
Mhm.
can finish the targets pretty fast. Yeah,
Yep.
so it's definitely something you want to look for. The positioning aspect, you mentioned Tracy, you want to be in the flank a lot, kind of 180 angle, like describing it
Yep.
this way a
Correct.
lot of
Correct.
times. With Genji, it's not the case, usually because you don't have as much mobility, and because you don't have as much mobility, you can't survive for too long. And there's another thing, you can't get your HP back by yourself. Like as a tracer, you can
Mm.
always recall. As a Genji, you just cannot do that.
Yep.
You have the
Correct.
defensive resource, right? You have the deflect, even dash. Sometimes you can use
Yep.
that, but mostly you cannot be by yourself. So you sort of take it off angles, and you can think about kind of playing one dash away. Basically, like you playing with your team, but you're not staying with them. You're playing on the angles where you can dash. Um, if you dash towards your team, if you can make it, it should be enough. Kind of
Right.
usually it's how you can think. So playing one dash away from your team on the off angle,
Right.
kind of it's the same way like when you're playing Reaper, for example, you use your
Yep.
shift, you want to be able to get to your team. It's not necessarily that you gotta get to your team. You know,
Right.
you always prioritize holding your angles if you can, but if there's just no possibility, then make sure you can get to them, I guess. Yeah, that's
Right. Yep.
always, yeah. That is the position
I,
aspect. Mm-hmm.
I think that's correct, and I mean I similarly, I mean basically Genji have also been I mean my hero, like in case Genji gets picked right now,
Mm-hmm.
is Echo, and that seems to be the case because as you said, same problem. So with Echo, like she can dive you, but she's unlike Tracer, she doesn't have like a recall button, so the sustainability also is lacking. So in the case of, I guess Echo
Mm-hmm.
is similar in that you wanna you want to fly away, right, from your team. I mean, not necessarily you need to be on top of them, but at least you're able to get out in case
Yeah,
they
exactly,
get.
exactly. I think remember the example from even that last video I made. There was
Yep.
I was showing a few examples of I think there was Samido. Yeah, I think I used the
Yeah.
Samido's
Sumito. Yep.
example. Yeah, so you see a lot more kind of not greedy angles necessarily, but it's kind of you can fly away much more from your team because you have more mobility compared to the Genji. That's why you a
That's
lot of
true.
times even
Yep.
see him kind of doing this 180 angle, and that's definitely possible. It just really depends on the hero, depends on what kind of
Yep.
mobility you have. Yeah, like what the angle you're gonna take for this question. It takes too long to set up. It might be the case sometimes, but I would definitely prioritize how you setting up all the time, and then make it faster rather than thinking, oh, I need to do pressure as soon as possible, because if you end up in this pattern, that is where you end up with your team. That is where it might be also complicated to scout, actually, too, because there's just too much pressure if you're on the same angle. But we'll see if that's the case.
Correct.
Just
So I
thinking,
suspect
yeah.
maybe I'm getting it wrong. I mean, after all, you're the expert, so probably the easiest way is to ask you. Should I send? Where should I send you my code? Let me see. I'll put it. I'll send it to you in the PM. I think. Oh, one sec.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we can go with that.
6R1. Okay, wait, let me just get that to you. Okay, there we go. I sent you the code.
Yeah, let's start with that. Our main idea is always thinking how we can turn around the fight and how to increase the carry potential. That's why a lot of what we do, like take an off angle or probably scout, yeah, make sure you pressure at the right time. This is all connected to being able to carry the fight by yourself, kind of turn around the fight by yourself. It's really important when you're trying to limit test, sort of, and that is what makes you climb. You kind of want to figure this out, the hardest part, just making sure you can create display, you are able to kind of do a lot of pressure, but then fix the part where you trying to be safe. Basically, let's say I'm applying pressure, let's say something happens, I went on the angle, but you see your team dies. Okay, see, why is that the case? Did you apply enough pressure? Or maybe if you died when you tried to take an off angle, what happened there? Maybe you played not too much close to cover. Maybe your timing was wrong. Yeah, this is kind of easier part to fix. Like playing safe
Right.
is easy. Being a playmaker is hard. And if you
Right.
have this
Yeah.
kind of attitude, yeah, like if you constant habit, you're telling yourself like with every game, okay, I'm trying to like think how to turn around the fight. Yeah, if it's a consistent habit, it's gonna benefit a lot. That's why,
I see.
yeah, we just
So to confirm, basically you're not looking to see how safe you can play, but basically how you could have turned around a fight, right? So you're
first
looking to make
priority. Yes.
should be to try how to make the play, right?
Exactly.
To smurf on the kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, sort of. You trying to limit us, and it's always a good thing because you can also see what went wrong. If you are playing too safe, you're making no mistakes. But what are you doing exactly? Like, let's say your entire team just died. You played behind them. Nothing happened. You did apply pressure, but because just not too
Yep,
much pressure already.
I know
You
what you mean.
died last, but yeah.
You got carried, yeah.
Right.
Maybe I think if you fast forward to 11:39, I can tell you what happened because I mean this is a long VOD.
Sure. Yeah.
Basically what happened was we rolled them on attack. We like pushed really fast. Then then we had a lever, which is the reason why I like we can go past that. But basically what happened
Yeah.
is
Sure.
not just our lever came back. And I think the most important thing is that on the attack, we were basically getting really stuck on the, or was it on the defense? Oh no, wait. Yeah, but basically we were getting really stuck on one of the, uh, like from 11:39 onwards. I was having a lot of trouble dealing with this brawl comp. I kept getting like I feel like I was kind of bouncing off the composition. So I wanted to see
Right.
what's going on with that. Yeah. But we can watch the whole VOD if you, minus the maybe the what's it called, the lever, which I think it happens in the second round. So there are 4 rounds total, including 2 overtime rounds. Yeah.
So
I think.
yeah, this is your first attack. You kind of stomp the enemy, yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Pretty hard. Yeah. Then the
okay.
defense, we have one lever, so I mean we get stormed. But
Mm-hmm.
of course we can do look at that. But later on in the VOD, about 11:39 is when things start to get a bit interesting because our guy comes back and we don't do so hot.
So first of all, what are we trying to achieve with that? Because you mentioned a few things, right? You mentioned you're trying to get better at this engagement flow. There were some things you try to do in terms of scouting, and then I guess you try to set up correctly. Yeah, sometimes you're
Yep.
not sure if it takes too long to set up. Like, should you do that? I guess that's the question. And then we want to figure out what you could do better about scouting. Is that correct?
Correct. So I think I think my main well, okay, I think let's maybe go back to let's make it less complicated. I want to see what's my main issue here first. I think
Yeah.
let's not focus whether it's scouting,
Mm-hmm.
setups,
Mm-hmm.
scouting or execution.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's setup actually. If you were to ask me between the
Mm-hmm.
three,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I just want to see what is my main limiting factor right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
so let's make it simple to put that simply first, and
Yeah,
then
I
I'm gonna
think this
work
is
on
gonna
that.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be better. I'm just curious. So, if you would think about the scouting, though, so what do you struggle with exactly at the moment? Is there anything you think you could have done better? Maybe something you're not doing to get information on the field.
When I VOD review myself, what I notice is I tend to pick really tough targets, like people with lots of sustainability. Like I would like dash the break
Mm-hmm.
or dash the Junkrat, when there's other easier targets available. So I
Mm-hmm.
tend to also tunnel vision quite a lot. I think that is my main problem actually. So that I tunnel on really difficult targets
Mm-hmm.
basically. And I basically execute on a pretty bad opportunity. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I think is happening because I when I review myself, sometimes I notice that there are much freer and more juicier kills that I could have gone for instead. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I
Mm-hmm.
see in my VOD. But I wanted to have a second pair of eyes to see if that's the case as well.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, is there anything you look to do to break this habit when you choosing those tough targets, when you tunnel vision on something? Is there anything you try to apply so you not tunnel vision on the targets as much?
This is something I wanted to ask you because I thought one of the concepts that I've been thinking about recently is something called the soft dive, where I've
Mm-hmm.
seen people like Necros or like who are you? They
Yeah.
do this quite well. So when they see that the target is like don't seem to be able to kill the target within 3 to 4 seconds, they disengage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if that's a valid observation. Sometimes they will also poke a target, and if it's like a tank, and he's just not moving away or whatever, they'll just look for someone else. But they always seem to only like focus on the target for like 3 to 4 seconds before like moving away. So like
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking one way to fix my habit is 3 to 4 seconds. If you're not getting anything by like poking or like engaging on a target, you have to bail on that target and
Mm.
find someone else. That's what
Mm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure if that's a good strategy or that's valuable
Mm.
advice, but that's
Might
what I've been
be.
thinking about how to fix my problem because
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
forces you to avoid tunneling on one target for too long.
Yeah, that might fix some of it because you constantly kind of readjusting, you switch into another task. If you can do it consistently, you kind of can reflect on what you're doing. Basically, that's really nice because with tunnel vision, you just kind of stuck doing one thing, and yeah, there's no reflection. You're not kind of yeah, I
Yeah,
guess you're not thinking about that much. That's why, yeah, this might be good. Let's see, actually. So I'm thinking
yeah. Let's see.
we either can look at this part where it was difficult. You mentioned you had a few problems here when the lever happened. Yeah. So,
Reconnected. Yeah. So
mm-hmm. Or
basically the overtime rounds. Yeah.
yeah, we could start with that if you think that's where you struggled. Because if this first part you just roll, there's nothing to look at. Then
Yeah, correct. And
yeah.
there's
Mm-hmm.
no point to look at where the lever left as well because they will roll
Yeah,
us, right?
exactly.
Because 4v5 is no point. Yeah,
Exactly.
so from this point forward is where
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of trouble. If you look at that comp, this is the classic low elo. Like I'm trying to adapt to this kind of comp. It's not super easy to like just dash in on this comp.
Right.
So sometimes I feel like I am just sitting in main and like poking people. So this one, the things
Mm-hmm.
well, you can watch it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, should I maybe take the right side,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, here I try to rotate over here, poke them here.
Mm-hmm. So we're kind of choosing to play this off angle here. Yeah, you a little bit isolated there, but still, right? Mm-hmm. So let's think about, because you mentioned something about the scouting. So is there anything you can do to make it easy for you to figure out how to pressure somebody? And yeah, like let's maybe start with, what do you need to pressure in the first place? Like how you can figure this out right away.
Mm,
Yeah, what do you think? Is there anything you doing maybe as well in a match? Like what's your thought process when you're going in?
okay.
Like how do you decide what do you want to go on? Yeah, like
Okay.
you started in the
So
main. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
when I think about Genji, I my ideal case is to find an off angle, ideally like a
Mm-hmm.
even especially a high ground where I can drop on someone's head.
Okay.
That basically applies a zone of pressure. So like for example, um, if I was uncontested, the jungle queen where the jungle queen is standing, I want that ledge like behind her, like where my shurikens landed towards the left. There's that ledge behind her head because
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily want to land on jungle queen, but I want to land on like maybe some supports behind her.
Right.
Because that gives me like a very short range off angle where I can like jump out and then ding them, maybe get a headshot or something, and
Right.
then maybe I can dash out to my team
Okay.
or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
But uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Good.
need to look. I think more importantly than that, so I occupy that position, and then I poke. I just keep hitting them with the shuriken because maybe they'll turn around to me, so they'll take pressure off my team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll just keep looking at my team, and then I look at a target which I can
Mm-hmm.
dive. The problem is that none of these targets are super easy to dash on. Like for example, Moira has a fate and can like suck you.
Right.
Reaper, you have to be careful when you dash on him. It's possible, but you will need your deflect ready. It doesn't feel good to like S shift into him. Mei is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Break is you want her shield to break first, and you obviously don't want to dash into a jungle queen. So I didn't see many good opportunities at first. I mean, what I want to do was I stick with my team first and then rotate to the off angle. Maybe I should have taken the one above, but I'm not sure what's the easiest way to approach this fight.
Mm-hmm. 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 So what are you describing there with the last part, right? Like all of the specifics, you uh, mentioning the sustainability of the characters. I think you're correct. There's just not too many opportunities for you to maybe look to instantly dash something. Yeah, like you have to really poke at the start. Yeah, maybe force my ice block, maybe force Reaper's
Yep.
shift, maybe force the
If
Moira fate, even Jungle Queen's shout. That is something you want to force, right?
Yep.
I'm just by looking at it right at the start. Do we even know that they have Jungle Queen, Mei, and all those other characters in the first
Correct.
place?
So I tend to stick main for that reason. So I noticed that a
Yeah.
lot of like even streamers, like unranked GM, whatever, they tend to stick main. I was like thinking about why. I suspect it's for that reason. They want to just like count all five, and then
Mm-hmm.
maybe as the fight goes on, then they can take a more aggressive position. Because
Right.
say let's say I had instantly got to that flank angle like at the start, like the one I pointed out,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a tracer. And I mean, assuming that he is a good tracer, he can just instantly pressure me off the angle and like keep chasing me down,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I want to just check if that was the case first. Because this team, their disadvantage is that they can't easily follow me around the fight.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this makes sense. You kind of start off by not exactly taking off angle. You start off with by scouting. However, is there anything you can do to make it easier for you to scout?
maybe I climb the wall on the
For
left or right,
example,
like of because wall climber gives
right?
you a bit more vertical height to check.
Exactly. That's the first part, and really important part as well. You notice a lot, most of the cases, when the good Genji is doing to scout what's happening in the field. Your priority is not really do a lot of damage. You still do damage, right? But your priority is like, how can I get more information? Can I get even like to here and scout what's happening around the world? Because to me, when you just here you have really limited vision. Just
Ah,
look at
okay.
all of this here, you can't see much, right? So what about if we go somewhere? Yeah, usually it's wall climbing, and look at what's happening in the field a little bit more. You can even apply this off angle rule, but it's just you're not gonna take as hard off angles. You still kind of play uh, closer to the main, but you kind of
Yeah,
go on the side anyway. Like, right, if I climb here, I still can shuriken, but I climb here, I can notice one of this, yeah, because
right.
this makes your life easier. You're
Mhm.
not really trying to like react to a lot of stuff, and streamers, they're not really reacting to all the things. And me in the first place, when I go in a game, I'm just anticipating. I get information because I know where to look, and then because you
Right.
got this information, you can use that. It's like a
Okay.
lot of people, they don't even realize like how they get information. Like even top of 100 streamers, they might not realize what they do. But yeah,
Sure.
it's just good habit for you to think. Where do you
Yep.
put your
I think I
attention?
should.
Making it easy. So right away I can see, yeah, we kind of have limited vision. So
Oh
using
yeah,
wall
true.
climb and going somewhere, this is a good start. Now the second part is setup, which I think we did okay. Like we kind of went on the off angle. It's kind of okay-ish, right? We don't have too many options. I think you could maybe go all the way left here as well, so you
Yeah.
get better line of sight. I think why not? This might be possible, because we get a little bit isolated once we, yeah, once we go all the way left. However, my problem is when you in here. So when you engage in actively, think about your cooldowns. So when we in the fight, right? Ideally, because we want to be like a playmaker, right? You
Hmm.
need to be thinking how to get value out of your cooldowns, right? And as you could
Yep.
see during the fight, did we get any value out of our cooldowns?
Nope. I
Not
did
re-
not.
not really. Okay. So my question is, what do you can do to get value out of your cooldowns?
Well, I'm assuming I take a wall climb is a tool, right? So
Sure.
if I from that position, I need to be a bit more aggressive actually on the on
Right.
this end. I know it's scary that there's a Moira there, but uh perhaps dash on her, force a fade, and then wall climb out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been a play.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming I can't dodge her stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I can't dodge her suck, so
Mm.
or
So
or, or
why is it
dash.
scary exactly for us to kind of push in actively? Yeah, like what happens to you? Yeah, like let's say
Um,
your HP gets to 100. Then what is scary about it?
I think uh, um, let's say I wall climb out. I'm actually out of the fight for a very long time because
Hmm.
my healers cannot easily heal me. Not this I mean, I guess Weaver can pull me,
Right.
but their team is quite scary to dash into because
Yes.
if you get Maywall, you get or like Brick hits you with her flail or something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they can kill you like very fast.
Yep. True. True. So
Uh,
you
I
want to
think
set up, right? Still like get a value out of your cooldowns and engage, but then make sure you play it safe. Like what kind of cooldowns allows you to survive in the fight? So you can wall climb, you mentioned, yeah, you can wall climb out of the fight, sure. Is there anything else you can do with your cooldowns as
mm,
well?
I think deflag will be important. Uh,
Deflect.
I'm trying to think. Deflag will help you against Brick,
Mm-hmm.
Reaper, and Junk. It won't help you as much against May if she just walls and Parry Fire and
Yeah, the
Moira,
freeze. Yeah, right.
but it will help you against the other 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, what do you do against those other things then? Let's say because they still have the freeze, yeah, they still have
Yep.
the Moira's damage. That is something what goes through the deflect. Well, let's say your HP gets to 100. That's usually when you're trying to escape. Then what? Can you use dash to your advantage and escape the fight?
Dash back to your team. There's one way of doing it. I'm not sure if that's the right idea, but yeah,
You
I would.
can.
Yeah, I would do that. I think I could
Yeah.
possibly even dash through them back to the team. There's one
Yes,
option.
exactly. Yeah, but see, this is opportunity, right? You're not fearing. You can always get out. You have those resources to allow you to get out. Yeah,
I see.
it's not necessarily, yeah, you see most of the Genjis, they use dash as the engage tool, but what if we create situations where you have to use dash? It's that in that two options. Either you capitalize on the opportunity, you go in to kill somebody, or you get so much pressure done and you make these guys turn around so much, so you have to use dash as an escape option and just to get out. But this is all because you did a lot with your pressure. Yeah, and pressure, it's
Right.
about your position, it's about how do you play it, what range. Yeah, so you should create those opportunities. Yeah, like the dash allows you to play safe, so we kind of, and deflect as well. So the dash idea is that really, if you apply this rule of thinking, I'm playing one dash away from my team. Remember, that's something I mentioned from the start.
Yep.
That's a good
You
enough.
mentioned that.
Usually, yeah, this is good enough. That's why you're not gonna end up in this weird flanks like here. If you stay here,
Yeah.
you're probably dead. But if you
That's
here,
like a tracer angle.
yeah, but if you here, or actually here, like you probably could go to the left and then get to this position. You're playing one dash away, really good, and using verticality as well. Why not? You can play here. Yeah, see, if you apply
Yeah,
this rule,
correct.
I'm playing one dash away on off angle. I think this can help
Right.
out a lot as a first thing.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
play one dash away, and another thing is you wanna use your deflect. Well, it's just again depends on what you want to do with that kind of
Right.
deflect the damage, but mostly again it's the tool which allows you to hold your position. It allows you to
correct.
kind of, because you in aggressive, because there's a tension turn, then use your deflect. Yeah, here is just not too short range. Yeah, like we're not kind of too in the enemy. Yeah, like you're kind of poking. Yeah, like this is the range. Yeah, but what if we play short range corner? Well, it makes sense. It's scary. Yeah, if this guy's turn, but see, it shouldn't be because you can always dash. Yeah, maybe it's not the best angle for us, right? But still,
Yeah.
you can still dash towards the team if something happens. So this is how we want to look at it, I guess.
I
Just
see. Okay.
yeah, get the use out of your cooldowns more. Okay. Might notice maybe later something something we can do.
By the way, we very narrowly win this. And it's one of those things where I don't know how we won. So that's the reason why I picked this particular replay, because that means there is something I did well in the end. I was just not aware of what that was.
But looking at this here, even so we capitalize on opportunity. We're going in, and there's a dash. Yeah, like again, a dash allows you to stay, and I mean deflect allows you to stay in the fight. Just make sure you use it when there's actual pressure done. Yeah, like maybe now it kind of makes sense because it felt like there's a lot of tension. I think this is alright. Maybe if we go back to our previous thing, like we were thinking how we could set up a little bit better so we get a little bit more value. I was mentioning, well, this off angle might work out a little bit better once you get enough information. Yeah, but what about the next fight? Let me see. So we just finished here. Okay, that makes sense. We went out. Your team, they're resetting, but is there anything we can do? Like, even at this point of time, thinking, can we lean towards any position which generates more pressure on the enemy? what do you think? Like even when your team is coming back from spawn, yeah.
Okay. I noticed this when I was watching a lot of like the streamers is that you want to lean towards the enemy center of mass, right? Because you are a short range hero.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of want to lean towards the side where there are more enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to lean left in this case.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
and ideally I want to lean uh, towards the high ground, so that ledge where we were talking about just now,
Maybe
like
mm-hmm.
right above where the jungle queen, that'd be good. But that maybe take too long because you might need to go through. So actually, I would play around those two walls towards the where the gold wisp and
Mm-hmm.
where the May and the Reaper are. I may want to play around those two
Yeah.
walls. I mean, can't uh so I can use those as off angles that I could drop on
Mm-hmm.
them, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I that's my guess. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Yeah, I guess this is good enough. Yeah, it's just the question is why are we escaping this angle in the first place? Like, what is scaring us? Yeah, maybe let's put it this way. What do you think? So
I
that Reaper pressure, the May, yeah. Well, what is that about? Yeah, like why are we not holding here?
I don't want to be too close to those two. I can get walled off, and like those two can just
Right.
blast me essentially.
Yeah, true, right? But now, if they go on you, do you see how because you paid a lot of attention, because you're the one who can control your gameplay, can't you answer their pressure? Don't you have any resources to answer their pressure?
Uh, I have deflect against
Right?
Reaper, and I can dash
Yeah,
out
exactly.
if it gets too hairy.
Exactly. This is what I mean. This is what you want to do more, like
Oh,
being a
okay,
playmaker, right? You're
right,
not
yeah.
feeding. If you look at it, even it's gonna be really good play because if these guys are rushing you, then because the attention of these guys is on you, your team can capitalize on it because they just
Mm,
enter this kill zone sort of. But this is what I think we can use more. Getting into positions which allow you to generate more pressure and
right.
actually stay
Okay.
there. Kind of, I usually use the C-step plan. Take the position, okay? So maybe before you do the scouting, yeah, like remember scout setup, all of this. So
Yep.
the scout part, you do the wall climb, yeah, you look around. I think this is good, but then the setup you can break it into those steps. It's take the
Okay.
position. It's make sure you control the position. I think we discussed something like that,
Yep.
and make sure you leverage the position. Make sure you use
Yep.
that
Use it. Yep.
and take the position. You can
Yep.
think about playing one dash away. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, take position, which allows you to play one dash away while being an off angle. When you controlling the position, it's kind of just looking around, seeing, yeah, if there is you have enough resources. Basically your team can capitalize on this position, they can use this position, because if the enemies they pressure you around the corner, your team can capitalize on all of this. So this is quite
Oh,
nice. You generating a lot of pressure. I'm thinking what else we can think about? Yeah, definitely. Like, as the first priority, it's mostly, my opinion, it's more about the cooldowns. You need to think how to generate more pressure around the
mm,
cooldowns. Like,
okay.
because you take this position which allows you to generate pressure, but then use that, don't give it up too quickly. Yeah, you kind of take control
Okay.
and use. It's
Right.
always this. If there's too much pressure, you have to maybe give up the position. Sure, might happen, but then
Right.
watch out. Like, why you did that? Is that because you think that you're gonna die, or that because you're really gonna die? Like, you don't have resources.
Mm,
What
yeah.
I would do as the first idea, once you have your resources, you should take control and use your position. Don't give it up at all. Like, it might be a really good habit, and it's connected to limit testing. Yeah, basically, my idea is, okay, my series, this off angle, like maybe it's not the best off angle, but your idea can be Siri, go in the game. This off angle is something I want to do. Okay, let me take control and use that position.
Sure.
And I do that until you lose your cooldowns. you lose your cooldowns here. Well, most likely what's gonna happen? You die because you can't dash towards your team. Yeah, you deflag, but then you are too isolated, and you think, okay, well, it was not the best position, but you stick to your decision. You're not like trying to go from one position to another. No, you have a theory. Okay, think where you're gonna be, what that position is gonna be, and really leverage that until you lose your cooldowns. Once you lose your cooldowns, well, you disengage and then repeat the process. Yeah, go to those positions constantly, right?
Sure.
This might be a good idea, I think.
Yeah, true. I do need to learn the wall climb spots. I think that is how I get to those positions quickly. That seems to be like all these good all these good Genjis, like who are you Necros, they always seem to have some
Right.
crazy like a paving where they can go. It's like, you know how in Echo, you fly and you fly over the rooftop and you land on like on a really good angle. I think I could do the same with the wall climb as well, probably. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I know what you mean. So
Yeah,
basically, just really try to maximize the whole like using controlling and using of the off angle as possible. So
exactly.
make the enemy force your cooldown. Don't do it the other way around. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So to kind of look at the examples, have few things saved, probably. Let me see. I have something here. Taking off angles, probably this. Okay. Let's look at some of this words. I think I have something. I really like Shadowburn Genji, and there are
Oh yeah,
some
she's very
games.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some games.
Overwatch history is no shortage of good Genjis.
Mm-hmm.
Leaf, Shadowbird.
Yeah. He was always playing on EU server as well, so I played against him quite a lot. I was always surprised how he could do a lot of stuff. But it's really all good for the mentors. He's able to use those short range off angles and like making sure he's controlling those. Okay, let me see. I have just few links, few timestamps already. Maybe
He's
okay.
very
This is
cool.
this is Necros, I think. Okay, but I can still look at it. 1 second. Okay, so this is our idea. We get in the game with Scout first of all, but then you take the position which allows you to be one dash away and you generate as much pressure as possible. And
Right.
because you
Yeah.
generate pressure, you're not giving up your position until your cooldowns are forced. So let's see, maybe like even here, he's gonna get on this off angle right at the start.
Right.
He's just going left and then putting some attention towards the enemy, right? There's a loose shot trying to contest him, but see, he's not giving it up too quickly. Yes, he realizes the HP is low, so he's dropping, but then he's gonna retake it probably. Yeah, he's gonna do this. Yeah, and if we leveraging this until your cooldowns are gonna be put into play. Yeah, like you get close or something. Maybe there's a lot of attention. Okay, he can use the deflect, right? Maybe he can use the dash. See, this is an example, by the way, where he dashes towards his team actually. Like he dashes away, and why not? You can do that. It's just you're kind of trying to lean towards those more towards those off angles where it's not too flanky, but still you can escape. Yeah, like what the other example is. So I
seems
have
to always inch closer and closer to his target that he wants to threaten, right? So he he that's something that I noticed. Like for example, he wants to like, in this case, right, he wants to take the tube, if I'm not mistaken, because the tube allows him to drop right on like a juicy target. Well, not in this case.
But see, this is example where it's weird, right? See how he's taking an off angle. He's trying to do that, but then he's only giving it up. Like now, he's attempt. Okay, I'm gonna take it, but once he don't have resources, he actually gonna give it up. It's only this moment, but why he actually why he's able to get value here anyway, because he created this situation with his setup. Was not playing in the back too much. He was not trying to apply pressure from too safe range, like maybe too far range. Right? He just wanted his position. Okay, there's too much pressure. He can escape. Yeah, he can can again escape, even dash to HP pack, but then he's gonna repeat the process, and he has his cooldown, so he can try to do something with that. Yeah, the soldier actually fights him, yeah, but it might be not the smartest decision. But let's see. Like, he actually got value, but still, let's see if he
Yeah,
wins this fight.
don't-
So there's a pocket. Soldier gets the pocket, and two people were out of the fight were on the Genji. There's a high chance his team can do more in the fight, and this is your value too. This is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you
Yeah.
might notice that you died, but it's not necessarily bad thing either. Let's see if his team.
I say like a pharmacy just runs after
His
you.
team
that
is
might help
winning
you.
straight away. By the way,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. This is your value as a Genji as well. Like, it's not always about getting kills. Let me see. Do I have
Yeah. True.
any? Just one more, one more example. Okay. One dash away. Something what's more clear. I remember I had Icon Weld. Okay. This is not the one. Okay, maybe here. Had a Shadow Burn. Oh, well, maybe Shadowburn's games are not there. Yeah, but it's okay. Let's use this one. Okay, so this one here, I have a timestamp. Like, you have to play dash, one dash away. Yeah, it was the same example actually. Yeah, it was the one I used with you. Do I have one more? Just a little bit different one. Okay, Midtown. Yeah, Midtown might be the good one. Midtown is kind of linear map as well, so might be a good one to
He
see.
likes to climb over. I think I've seen this one. He climbs over the tube, right?
Yeah, he's probably gonna do that, but it's kind of, again, this position here. See, you trying to apply pressure. Well, it might seem a little bit flanky, but he's playing one dash away. This is what you're doing with your off angles. This is good enough, and that's why if you dash through, this is not a bad thing. And he is using his resources once he took his off angle to kind of keep up the pressure. Yeah, if something happens, you can always use the deflag. Like, if Anna turns around, you can always deflag that. You can always dash through here towards his team. That's what he's doing, and this is being a playmaker, like, a lot. But once his resources out, you can always think, okay, what do I do next? You're actually gonna do the same. But yeah, why not? He is using this as an angle. Okay, now he realizes he needs to switch. He's taking this off angle here. Okay, pressure on Diana. See, hold the angle. Once you lose your resources, once he realizes maybe, oh, yeah, I think this is a little bit too tricky. Like, you actually might fundamentally, you don't want to be here unless you unless you land all the shots. Yeah, like, you execute this. This is a little bit too risky. I wouldn't repeat this, but yeah, I would definitely repeat this idea of making sure you dash away. Yeah, like, you're taking this off angles. It's okay. You're safe enough. Once you have your deflect and dash, really, you can always do something. Yeah, you should be okay ultimately.
Okay.
yeah. I think this is something you can think about more.
Right.
Okay. Does all of it make sense so far? Or
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that's insightful, and I think that's a good diagnosis of why maybe how I could generate a lot more pressure. I think basically it is actually my setup more than anything else.
Yeah, I think this can help out a lot. See, you turn around the attention. If these guys are looking at you and they're like, wait, this Genji's here. Yeah, but you have your deflect and dash, so it's all good, yeah? And now the pressure goes to you, not your team. And you can control your gameplay, but you never can control your teammates, yeah? You can say, yeah, like, Mercy, why are you out in the open? Life Fever, what are you doing? You're on the stairs, yeah? Like,
I never think that. No.
Yeah, I get that. But this is like what a lot of players tend to think, yeah? Like, they...
Oh, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. No,
like, they say, like...
Except for Lever, I don't really...
I get... Yeah, I know. I remember your mentality is, like, definitely good. So...
But I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Damn, my team is feeding.
Yeah, my team is always feeding. What do I do? Right, I can't climb. It's fine.
I actually like this example because this particular game, I don't think my team is playing necessarily badly. I just, so I don't have the excuse. It's definitely me. I'll say that much. Yeah.
This is much better. You kind of get in the short range position, and then maybe it's not necessarily the best angle. Yeah, maybe you could have been on the left, and then because you used left, you could have gone here later. Yeah, you would have more time, but yeah, still, like, get in a short range, Okay. You have the deflag, so you can stay alive. So it's okay-ish. I think this is okay, yeah. Like, you just... Maybe you guys overusing ultimates a little bit, but... It's
But
fine.
they, what I'm more upset is they stall us for so long, like, yeah. And basically we get barely any card push on the... So I think what you mentioned before was important. Yeah, the end of the game is a wild ride. You'll see what I mean on the defense round. That's we cut you out, but I was not happy about how the defense put it that way. Yeah.
So what do you think about this here? So remember our 3 steps. We
Mm.
want to take a position, control and use the position, yeah?
Right. So
Yep,
I think this is the perfect time to talk about your kill box, right? So
sure.
I am thinking, I'm not sure about what I was doing at the time. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I actually want to control, like, I want to push Reaper out, and I want to
Yeah,
control that like left ledge, like that platform
yeah,
where he's
yeah.
standing on, because this allows me entrances, like the short range off angles on like multiple entrances which they can use to contest the point.
Right. And see,
Yeah.
you put your resources in a play to do that. And this
Yeah.
is what you want to do more. Yeah, you kind of get to control. So you got to first part, second part, control, right? Of
Yep.
course, you can be bad at landing shots, using cover and everything, but
Yeah.
ultimately, this is like doesn't matter. What matters really, you're trying to create a play, yeah, like you're trying to consistently apply pressure, and this is what does some of the work, yeah. Like maybe your team, because you started the pressure on the Reaper, now they know there's a Reaper and they might actually shut down this like faster. Yeah, it might be not the case, you still might get value, but still, yeah, like it does something. We still did
Yeah, I know what I mean.
did okay. Like could there be better quality? Well, just with the deflag, well, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I know what you mean. I think like overtime situation is where it usually becomes a bit more difficult, because sometimes you are forced to use certain resources because you don't have the time,
yeah,
the value.
it was okay play to me, actually. It was not too bad, right? It's
Yep.
where we went for the situation to create the pressure. Might be that when you contesting the angles, controlling, so there's can be an idea. Let me see. Yeah, so it's like.
Okay, the defense round is where I'm not so happy about my own performance. I felt like I wasn't pushing them back hard enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Just thinking here, usually when you do this type of play, see, if you're fighting somebody isolated, you can do it whenever. And then
Mhm.
if you have multiple members you're fighting with, then you should think about the rest of your team a little bit more, because they should capitalize on you controlling the angle. Yeah, like you might take an angle, but then when you control, yeah, like right now, you force all these resources, you just something to be attentive to. Yeah, like can these guys get enough value? It just seems like they're
Oh
not
yeah.
in a place. Yeah, so it's just
True.
the timing. Yeah, do the same thing. Yeah, but really only commit if there's a kill or your team gets value. So your team is not
Mm.
getting value and you can't get a kill, so might be not the best to like commit to control yet. Yeah, you just might be a little bit later. And then like let's say you're trying to control now. Could be easier to in terms of like you could shut down the sweeper, maybe, who knows,
Yeah.
because
True.
you have the
Kill him.
deflect. Yeah, you might just easily kill him. That this is constantly an idea, like take control and use, take control and use. Like now the Reaper took, controlled and used the position to
Yes.
his
Correct.
advantage. Yeah, but you could stop that just with slightly better
Timing, I guess.
timing.
So if I gone slightly later, maybe that would have been useful, right?
So can you repeat that again?
So if I had gone slightly later for the
Yeah,
example, it might be better because the Moira,
yeah.
uh, like they wouldn't be stuck in a 2v1 where
Mm-hmm.
my team can't help me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
exactly.
I
Yeah,
see.
exactly. Yeah, our idea is just pretty simple. Control and use the position if you can get a kill or your team gets value. Usually, because you have a lot of burst, you easily get a kill on isolated target. It just was not the case with the Reaper.
Right.
He
Yeah.
had the Moira support, so you probably want to wait. Okay, or your team gets value. Yeah, I think it's this. Okay, defense. Let's see.
So
So,
I'm just trying to scout here. That's why I'm like double jet dashing, because I'm
yeah.
like trying to figure out, okay, what are they gonna play? No idea. I suspect they're gonna use the same comp. They had a lot of like success from previous ones. Okay, so I see a Mei, I see a Moira.
Yeah, I think this is good. You have the position. Yeah, maybe if you really need to, you can walk climb slightly better. But in reality, there's no advantage to it. Yeah, you still have the same line of sight. So this is pretty good start. This is pretty good start. You scout, and then after you want to be thinking, what is that position which allows you to generate more pressure? So my question is that the position which allows you to generate a lot of pressure here?
No, I would want
No.
to take the flank above the Reaper, as in like that platform above the Reaper, like
Mm-hmm.
here, perfect, because then I can
Sure.
drop on them and dash back to my team, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm like on the same angle as the diva, right? They can just look at me or diva. I mean, it's a soft angle. I can still drop on whoever drops on her,
Mhm.
but I could be a bit more aggressive because I have my cooldowns up.
Right. And you again repeat the same process. You took the position, okay? You don't really need to control that because nobody's taking it. And now just leverage. And it's all about you able to play one dash away, it's off angle and short range as well. This is
Yep.
long range, not really off angle, and
Yeah.
but
And
you
his poke sucks.
play one dash away though. You play one dash away.
Yeah.
It's just see like again, no opportunity for you to get to use your abilities. Yeah, like
Yeah, correct. I know what you mean. So right here, maybe the Mercy's
yeah,
dead, right? Because I would have been able to jump on her
right, right.
fairly
See, we
easily.
even didn't get to the part where you're able to use your dash. Yeah, right? You just got to use your deflag, but then the dash is still in the play. Yeah, like this is a
Yep.
mistake. If you die and your abilities, some of the ability was not used in the fight,
Oh yeah, that's a
figure
good
out
rule of
why.
thumb. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is really important. That's why I always lean to this like type of thinking. Figure out how to do more pressure. It doesn't matter if it feels like you're feeding, yeah, sure. But then you will figure this out how to be not feeding by
Mm.
using corners and everything. But the hardest part is always how to be playmaking a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. So I'll show you what I mean. We shouldn't have won this. You'll see
Mm.
in a second.
And then more. Okay, they can kill you. Nice. Okay, you dashing away. Using short
I need
range.
to touch because
Yeah, this is much better though. You see, you applying pressure from the actual good range, this off angle. You're playing one dash away as well. Yep, maybe a little bit out in the open, but this is easier part to fix. Yeah, like harder part
yeah,
is this.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you.
this
Easier to play safe and do nothing than it is to.
consistently 90% of the games, 80% of the fights. Yeah, making sure you generate more pressure, even being sneaky, like thinking, okay, what if you take this position? Like, actually, what do you think? If you this position right there, and the enemy they rotate here, they fight for this red space, could it be
Yeah,
at this position still? Is it possible for you?
yeah, no, it's fine. I think that's a decent position. I
Yeah.
like the one where I'm standing though, because for me it's that I will have to constantly wall climb,
Mm.
whereas here
Yeah.
I can
Can
I
pick
can
out.
see them.
So.
Yeah, and I am one dash away right now. That's why I don't mind the position which I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is also
I could
fine. Yeah.
ev- I could consider the one on the right as well. So I have like 180 degrees angle to them.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I dropped down here.
This
I
is
guess
much better. Yeah, and you actually able to capitalize on this opportunity as well because you're playing one dash away. Like this is dash range, the kill zone. Yeah, like your
yeah,
team goes here. Okay, kill zone is this red space where the Torp's ultimate in, and you
yeah,
capitalize on this opportunity easily from your off angle. But be more kind of see, even when we using the resources, when you using the position, yeah, you're in, but how to get advantage of your resources? Like, what about pushing the sweeper even. Like you still can do that. You have your deflect, you have your dash. So don't be scared. Like once you don't have resources, then get out. If you do, then go in. Like I think put it as simple
I
as
see.
that. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a great action.
Because this is what gets your team killed. Because you didn't apply pressure right there. You had your
Right.
resources to apply pressure, but this is what gets the Reaper to kills.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pressure this guy.
Okay. So there's just a lot of
I can't hit my shots. But that's not what this is about.
yeah, this is kind of a little bit chaotic, right? But still not too bad. Yeah, definitely. Like again, thinking, what if I play here? Like if the fight goes
Oh
to
yeah,
this
that's a
side,
good point.
I think
Yeah.
this is something what you could have done. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's just if you have this constant thought process of what positions allows me to generate more pressure, I think that's where you it's gonna be easier for you. Like you're gonna set up faster. Okay, I'm thinking we can do two things. We can either go watch one more replay or just go in a game and apply this. Like try to go in a whatever like comfortable with competitive most likely is better.
Yep.
But we could just think, okay, how to get more value out of your abilities, just go into positions which allow you to generate more pressure, take setup, yeah. I mean take control and use the position. Do you want to do live or continue with WOD review? If you have any questions, we can do WOD review still, yeah.
What do you think is better? I guess I do have a few other questions, so maybe I'll give you another VOD. For
Yeah.
now, yeah. Then maybe once I start apply this a bit more, the next session, I think a live would be great.
Yeah, sure. I'm just thinking like with today is our first session, so we could do whatever. I think two things. Fine.
This is on New Queen Street, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me see. Yep.
Okay, let's see. So we're gonna keep the same theme going. Are we
Sure.
thinking how to get
Oh,
value
yeah.
out of your abilities through the positioning?
What I wanted to ask, I realized streamers, well, not all streamers, but actually even like basically good Genji players, there are situations where, I mean, the traditional advice is you drop on the enemy, you dash on them if they're instantly killable. If not, you use your save your dash to get out, right? But I've seen streamers, not streamers, streamers like Necros or Shadow. They do use their dash, and this is not just to be flashy. Like they do use their dash for extra damage, and
Yeah, exactly.
so I think I'm trying to think about when there's possibility, even if it doesn't get a kill. I guess it's like if you know you can wall climb out or something. That's when they use the dash but it's not always a case where they absolutely have to save their dash like to get out or or to secure a kill.
Yeah. So the question is, when you're using dash just for the damage versus when to commit.
Correct.
Okay, well, we still can use this previous example, like the meat down one, for example. What happened there? Really, we again went through the same thought process. Let me find it. Yeah, so here went through the same thought process where you take in the position, you control the position, and then you use the position. So see here, the question is. Okay, we'll go back a little because he was doing it here. Yeah, the first time he was wall climbing here.
Yep.
Okay. The question is, I'm generating pressure, but now the question is, can I get a kill? Okay, if you can, then dash is just for the kill. It allows you to do something with that, but then you get another dash, right? You can always escape right after. If you cannot get a kill while generating pressure, right, then you have to escape, because if not, then you're gonna die. You just gotta recognize when you're gonna die. Like, why he might die here? Well, there are a lot of things. The anti-sleep dart, the just the general pressure. See, like, the good trigger is always, I think, your HP. If your HP goes to 100, like in this case, there's a lot of like you can anticipate. So Anna starts turning. Okay, these guys are not looking yet. Once these guys start looking, like this Zara starts looking as well. This is
Yeah,
when you
it's
want to think
scary.
about the dash. He might even do it slightly later, I think, because there's just not enough attention on him. He kind of used to those high lobbies, I think, because these guys,
Yeah.
because they should look much faster. But this is what you're reacting to. You're reacting to the attention of the players. Your HP might be the good thing to look at,
Yeah.
and then you're thinking, can I get a kill this moment now? No,
Okay.
there's nobody to kill. So because you can do that, you have to do something else with your dash. You have to
Okay.
escape. Yeah, but you can maintain the pressure here. That's why he's escaping. Yeah, like
Sure.
he just he has to do something. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I guess the second question is
Yeah.
when should you focus the tank? I mean, it's there are some cases where I have seen him even in the unranked to GM where like the Winston jumps in and that's like his first target. And usually and sometimes it's the correct choice because the like
Yeah.
the not always, but like for example, my understanding is let's say like there's this very disrespectful Ryan who just like charges in and like presses W key the whole time, which I mean, yes, that's one way to play Ryan, but there's a balance, right? So like sometimes the correct decision is to punish tank, and sometimes I don't recognize when that is maybe not in this VOD,
Hmm.
but I need to think of an example, that's
Hmm.
something I'm struggling a bit to recognize.
My question to you is, should you be even? Is that really valuable information to you at this point of time? What do you think?
Probably not,
Right.
I'd say. Yeah.
This is what I probably think as well. Like, right, you might get an answer. It's like the same thing as imagine you go to the second grade. Second
Right.
grade. I'm not saying you in the second grade. It's just like an
Yeah, I
analogy,
know.
right? But
I know what you
it's
mean.
like
Yeah, I get it.
you in the second grade, but then teacher might tell you how to solve differential
Oh, equations. Yeah, I got it.
equations. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Build on the
yes,
fundamentals
you get
first.
an
Yeah,
answer. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
But this is really niche, and for you, it's not as important. It's more important to solve 2 plus 2 or 2 plus 3,
Okay, got it.
something like that.
Understand.
Yeah,
No
it
worries.
makes sense, and I can give you the answer at any point of time. If you send me the timestamp, if you give me the exact timestamp, I can probably get you an answer. Usually,
I
the
see.
fundamental rule most of the time, right? Most of the
Right.
time is when the tank is really killable, then you focus on him. Why he is
I
killable?
see. Okay.
Because he has too low HP, or there's a Discord need, something like that.
I see.
Usually,
Okay. But I can see what you mean now because that's actually a lot of factors go into that. And basically the easier way is just focus on
yes,
like on other things first because that's a difficult question to answer, especially when like there's
yeah,
600 different things going on in
yeah,
a game like
yeah,
Overwatch.
yeah.
Yep.
Too
Okay,
much
got it.
emphasis, on not too much important, not too important thing. It's kind of the same thing as like a lot of
I know what you
players.
mean.
They tell me like, okay, I should communicate. I should really focus on that. I really hard focusing in communication. But
Oh no
then
no no.
this is like 1% of value in your
I know what
matches,
you mean.
and
I
that's
get it.
why GM players are focusing on this 1% because they're already good at those
Right.
99%. Yeah,
Yep.
but
Got it.
the same
No
thing
worries.
here.
Yeah. No, understand. I got it.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah. No, if you I got your analogy. No worries. I understand. Yeah.
It's okay.
Don't try to do calculus before you do
Mm.
you do 1 plus 1 first.
Yeah,
Let's
it
focus on
just
1
requires too much effort as well. Like you can, but while you're doing it in the game, it's just so complicated. You really like,
Yeah, I got it.
yeah. So it's really
Yeah,
gonna be
understand.
too tough. So this is the case where you just cannot see anybody else. Well, you might shoot a tank a little, but then your first priority is still lean to thinking, okay, can I get even bigger value targets here? It's about your scouting first of all. Yeah, what
Sure.
position allows you to scout where it should be right away. So even when you're brushing this Doomfist, where you should be staying, so it's easier for you to scout.
I should be on top of the bus or on top of the train, right? Like
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't drop. I guess I was tunneling a bit on him, and that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
reasons why I was thinking about the 3 to 4 second rule. Like if I I know I can't realistically
Yeah,
kill the guy within 3 to 4 seconds. It might be a better idea
yeah,
just to set up again.
yeah.
I don't know
I
this.
think that might be a good habit, really. Like, why not? You can start with that. This is a this helps, I think, with the tunnel vision. If you recognize, well, it's just not much I'm doing yet, then recognize doing something else. But this is kind of all the shots you have in the game, like right in the moment when you're in the fight, in the action. And to me, it's even easier if you all can anticipate and you can prepare yourself for those decisions. You're telling yourself, I'm going in the fight, right? But I'm not reacting. I'm thinking, okay, what is my next step is going to be, what I should lean towards right away. Okay, first of all, figure out their composition, what they have, who is weak, who is
Yep.
strong, like what is good for me to engage on, this sort of stuff. And this is what you lean
Right.
towards first. Make sure you figure out all of that. And yeah, sure, you're pressured to do first, but if you didn't figure out all of these guys, like what are they doing? You
Right.
didn't scout for them,
Yep.
then might be the
Got it. Got it.
problem. Mm.
I definitely didn't scout for the rest. I'll say that much.
Yeah. This
Uh,
this this is what I'm saying.
I,
Like, and sometimes it gets you to even panic, right? You might think, wait, what the Tracer's doing there, right? But if you did the scouting and maybe you also pressing tab and all of that, then you know, oh, Tracer's in the game. What she might do? Well, she might flank all the way here because Tracer
right.
likes to flank. Yeah, so you're not gonna be that nervous about that information. You're already
Right.
prepared. You prepared yourself
Okay. Yeah.
mentally. Yeah.
I think I remember this game. I have a lot of trouble killing the Ash. I think part of it is also I'm not playing against a Life Weaver currently.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So this is where we just kind of did. Oh, you could have killed her there. I think. So what happened? It's kind of she moved. Okay, so the crosshair could be a little bit higher, sure. And then, Now trying to
so just chasing.
commit. Huh.
I think.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh no. I'm not sure if I should have used my dash there to chase her.
It's kind.
I felt like I was tunneling again, like in this particular example. I was like, yeah, I gotta kill this girl, I gotta pressure her, but
It just seems like a little bit about the quality. So what do you think? We talked about leveraging your resources, right? So
yeah,
you do the pressure, you're actually playing short range, you're playing one dash away, off angle, okay? So the
yeah.
quality, what do you do with your resources exactly to secure the kill? What do you think?
I think this is a good. The start of this play is good because I'm really forcing her not to scope, right? That's the thing. You don't want to let her Ash just scope and stand still and scope.
Mhm.
But the chasing part is where I'm not sure that's the best use of my time. I may have, but at the same time, I cannot let her. Okay, let's see. Let's just watch this as it goes on. I think this part is okay. This is
Yeah,
decent. This is a mechanical thing, which I mean, you just need to practice more.
right here.
Uh,
What do you think? So she's looking at you.
keep dueling her. Use deflect if I
Mhm.
need to. I'd say
So what are you reacting to with your deflect?
her turning to me and like her shots
Mhm.
basically. Like
Yeah, shots, and you gotta keep in mind this is again because you anticipate, yeah, you think what are the abilities I'm gonna be aware of when I'm dueling. Yeah, this might be easier for
dynamite.
you. Yeah, like dynamite, but what? Mm, what kind of ability makes it harder for you to stay in the close range versus dash? Like what
Get the gun.
the
Is
the
it?
the coach gun, yeah, like the coach gun is
Yeah.
something you can also deflect with your yeah, you can always deflect and even put the
Oh,
damage into
okay.
her, and this way it make it easy for you to secure the kill. See, you're leveraging your resources, right? But it's not
Right.
only about you like trading cooldowns, right? It's just mostly to get a kill. So you see, okay, what I do from my position, if you're able to get a kill, usually that's a good thing. I think this is what you're trying to aim for. Okay, you use your resources, you gotta kill good. Recharge your resources, repeat the same thing
Right.
constantly. Yep. So here's just about the quality. You probably should deflect right here, I think. Or you could also dash early behind her, so she's not gonna turn like that quickly, and you can just secure the kill on her easily. Usually, when the target's half HP, that's a good trigger for you to like do the dash. Yeah, like half
I
HP.
see.
Okay, dash right away, right click, you get a kill most likely. If you so the body shot is around 84, 85 damage, I think, right? And the dash is 50, so yeah, you kill the target for sure, and should be good enough.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
This is not
this
much
is just
value.
kind of the consequences. Yeah, like the dash is not to get the kill, but it's to close the distance, so it's not needed. Yeah, you not generating enough pressure with that. Yeah, so you don't need to do that.
I want to stay in this. Actually, I should stay on the right side because
Yeah.
this is not very good value. I think. Okay, so right now I want to take. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to take the
So this is kind of again the same. Yeah, like take, then make sure you control the position. You fight this Ash, but it's about like how do you use your cooldowns, you know, like and the damage, obviously.
Exit here earlier, but I think this wasn't a bad position which I took.
Yeah, that was a good
Because
position, I think. Yeah.
that was a good position because it forced the Ash to like take the pressure off the team, right?
Yes.
Like she's the main. I mean, if you look at this comp, she's like the one who is gonna hurt people, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
of all the people
Yeah.
in this thing. I guess the other way would be to deal with the Weaver, but I didn't. Was I tunneling to hunt the Ash? Should I
No,
have
I think
gone
this is
and
good enough. Yeah, like
yeah.
you're thinking who's generating more pressure at this point of time? Well, the Weaver kind of indirectly helps this, but if you're on the Weaver, are you gonna be one dash away from your team, right?
No,
Not
at all.
really. Yeah. So this is what I think you should apply more. One dash away, off angle, short range. Here, short range, off angle, one dash away, good.
Yeah.
Right. And now you just in the part about controlling. It's just about the quality. What do you do? If the pressure happens, yeah. How do I use my dash? How do I use my my deflag as well? So it helps you. It's like not too bad. Yeah. It's just we kind of lost dash a little, which happens.
Yeah.
But
so let's see. Do I try to take it again? I do think I will try to take this off angle. Yeah. I don't think this is a. Okay, my team dies, but
yeah.
The idea was correct.
Yeah, I think the idea was okay. Probably surviving might be challenging if they have Tracer, but she might
maybe
not notice you.
Point there just to make sure that.
You can try doing this. I think this is still a good habit. If you sort of can sneak around, but then pressure the right time from the right place. Just make sure you're not staggering yourself. Like if they're not searching for you. Yeah, I think it should be right.
Oh, okay. I see this and I'm like, okay, I need to get out.
Escaped.
Okay.
No, this is not too bad. Okay, so here we're trying to get a value. Okay, remember, we control and using the position when we get a kill or our team gets value. So here, we kind of using the position at this point of time because Live Fever, he just went out, right? But then, can you get a kill or your team gets value? No. So
well, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy for
so
sure.
that's why that's what I mean by kills feels hard. Like I have to use a lot of resources just to get the kill, and that I think what you said is absolutely correct. So, because like I'm also pretty scared of the Ash, right? Like right now, if the Lucio was smite, he'll also turn around and hit me. Yeah, so
exactly. Yeah. Usually, it's easy to kill isolated target. I think put it as a general rule. It won't be okay. Like just at this point of time, if you know Life Fever is here, I think commit the dash right away. You kill him 100% probably. And then if he is here, okay, there's a support from Lucio, Ash, so you don't want to commit. So you want to commit when your team is in here. Yeah. Obviously, see if the opportunity rises, like if it's too, but it's just not the best time, right?
Yeah. Do I die here? I think it's a miracle I didn't die here. I mean, oh yes, I do.
You got it later, yeah. Okay. So one more mechanical thing, but still something to think about. Usually, because your idea is to make sure you apply as much pressure as possible.
Yeah.
Whenever you I was always saying you lean towards the short range. Why? Because you're able to hit most of your shurikens. But now at
Yeah.
this point of time, when you're not at the short range, should you be right clicking right now?
Just left click and poker, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the general rule is if you can hit 2 and more shurikens, then you do the right click. If
Okay.
not, then you do the left click. Yeah. So it's just
Right.
at this
I
range,
see.
you probably need to be using the left click here. If you here, slightly closer to the tracer, I think this is good. Maybe if you even so on this line, kind of slightly towards here, you can hit 2 shurikens, good enough. And 2 shurikens in the Doomfist, right click makes sense. Here, left click makes sense. If you at this position now, then right click is okay.
Yes,
Yeah, 2
got it.
shurikens at least should be there. Yeah, because this is, you see, like you only hit 1 shuriken. Here 0. Here you can only hit
Okay.
1, and then now you dash. Makes sense if you right click at this range, kind of. Yeah. Here, you probably left click. Let me see. So the left here removed. Has a little bit of large hitbox as well. So this is not too bad, but see, yeah, actually
I
the
know what you
second
mean. Yeah.
second shuriken misses. Yes, I think it was not the best range, even considering the fact Life Fever is gonna move towards us. But still, yeah, like
I get it.
make sure
Yeah.
the range is there. That is something you can train in. Always those try hard FFA, waxed. You can
Right.
play around with the
Right.
bots and see what is the best range. So you do land those 2 shurikens at least.
I see that.
Really important.
Okay. Yeah. So I think. Why do I go here? Actually, I should have leaned right for that play just now. The position I should have done was to not to go on the Doomfist. But to about I think about 10 seconds before that, like
Let's
I
go.
think before he uses his ult, I think I could have. Maybe I should have pressured the backline now, right?
Yeah, I think you can find, yeah, you can kind of see the opportunity if it's there. Like maybe who's skillable, maybe the Ash scoped in, it might be easy. Maybe if
Or
Life Fever is
force the Weaver
isolated.
to.
Here it's kind of complicated. Usually if the Doomfist any tank engages and there's some sort of support, usually you wanna go towards that support, towards what what gets the space, what because Doomfist takes the space, these guys are about to take it, they're about to control it. Usually wanna disable that, see who is who's there.
Yeah, I think like how I'm using position could be better, right? Like, rather than going on the Doomfist here, I could be
Kind of leaning
looking
this way.
here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it might be okay. Like you might find the opportunity to maybe see, okay, Doomfist is low, I can maybe get a kill on him, sure. Then commit your dash and everything, but yeah, you probably need to lean towards the right side a little bit more. Okay, but then the fight, this kind of fight will get snowballed a little, so you have to escape. Now, yeah, this is when you start turning this around, I think. Mercy Valkyrie, the blade, yeah. It's okay. They use bead, but
We don't lose here, by the way. We managed to push them back a fair bit. It's a 10-minute VOD, so you can probably guess what happened. And I think I picked this VOD because we clearly did something better in the later half, or at least I clearly did something better in the later half. So, I'm not sure what changed later.
I definitely would look into how do you exactly use your cooldown, so quality of the cooldowns. But our first step is definitely making sure you're in the right position to use your cooldowns in the first place. Yeah, so I'm just gonna.
Got it.
Do you have any specific questions about this what here? Maybe like any timestamps you want to look at a little bit more.
Let me think if I have any specific timestamps. I was thinking about this VOD more as a general kind of idea, but it seems to have the same idea as the previous VOD, which is basically maybe I need to look into finding ways of using my cooldowns more aggressively, right? That seems to be the
Mm-hmm.
recurrent theme with both VODs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
definitely,
the
definitely.
first VOD more than the second, but because here I am actually using my cooldowns more aggressively. I'm just sometimes not using them in the highest quality possible, but
Mm-hmm.
at the very least, I am actually putting myself in. I guess maybe towards the end, I think that'll be more interesting, like around about 9:30, I think ish. Like I think that's when a lot of things start to happen. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what to. Yeah, I want to see how I would have closed this out. I think. Yeah. So I see the
So
tree.
here, first of all, let's again go through the same process. We wanna take control and use the position. So which one is that?
Okay, the spawn. I guess maybe the car. Would I be feeding too much? No, like I think that car. Yeah, the taxi.
Hmm.
Maybe this is
Why
a
not?
good position.
Good. Yeah. You bought the 5 for this line, so you're gonna
Yep.
be one dash away, short range, off angle. Yeah.
Yep.
Why not? And this
The
is
other
what.
option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the other option is the pillar, like with the advertisement on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Uh,
here
this one as well. Yeah, here
might be to me this slightly better because you
probably.
can
Yeah.
isolate yourself from all this damage any point of time. You can always hide behind the wall. Here you open to 2 angles at the same time, even 3 if somebody comes here, so be careful. But yeah, it's
Mm,
something you're thinking about. Yeah, positions which allow you to generate more pressure right away. Yeah, but take those, yeah, invest time. So you going in the fight, yeah, it's not about just even poking before. Yeah, it's important, but prioritizing when the brawl phase is gonna happen, when the real fight is gonna happen. How do I get the most pressure done? Yeah. What if I move here? Because I'm of here, the streets are thinking, wait, what this Genji is doing? He's too close. But in reality or not, you're gonna be fine. Maybe like while you're moving, yeah, she's trying to go on you, blink, and use the recall. You're gonna be okay-ish. Your team is gonna be around here probably while you're moving,
sure.
and then you can always dash away. See, you kind of get in position, you bait the pressure. You bait these guys to go on you. This is really nice.
I
This is
see.
what you achieve, yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. So maybe I don't even have to go to the taxi, right? Like playing around the bus stop, might
Yeah,
might,
this
might
is
not be the worst side.
Yeah, this is also good enough. Is a general if your team is here, kind of here-ish, bus stop here,
Yeah.
and then later you lean towards here. But this is all your setup. Yeah, you
Right.
take control, use right.
And right now I'm maybe a bit too close to my team. I'm playing a bit too safe. I should maybe be a bit more aggressive so that
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because I see the tree and like I don't want to. But actually, all the more I should be on that angle, right? Because it will force them to. The tree gives them so much pressure on my team. I need to find some way to take it off them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you turning the attention around, you split into resources as well. Yeah, I think this is really
Okay.
valuable. Okay, maybe you can kind of summarize all of this at this
Yeah,
point of
I think
time.
it's
Yeah.
a good idea. Yep. I think so watching both VODs, I think the main issue is actually positioning. And
Mm-hmm.
actually the positioning needs to be more aggressive in
Mm-hmm.
general. I need to play in such a way that I can I'm they either force my cooldowns or basically make me leverage my cooldowns. So
Mm-hmm.
uh then you think about how to take control and leverage the aggressive positions. That seems to be the main theme of what I need to be doing to improve my
Mm-hmm.
gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're doing all of this, what was important for us when we're trying to take the position, control that specially? Yeah, what are important notes we got so far? What do
I
we need
think
to do?
for Genji, pick a position which is one dash away from your team and a really short off angle so that like I mean in case you want so you can drop on like a
Mm-hmm.
or really hurt the back line and you can dash out. That's the important note. I think there was a bit about matchup knowledge. I guess for example against the Ash, however, how you
Mm-hmm.
utilize your cooldowns against various targets seems to be important, but that one I should probably just experiment with the different targets.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else important that I missed out, but I think these were the main ones.
Yeah. I'm just gonna add, when you're using your position, let's just put it this way, you do pressure until your resources are forced. So it's dash, HP, and your deflect. So
Yep.
this gonna be better because you're not gonna move towards your team as soon as possible. No, you're really fighting for your position where you're at. You choose the position, stick to your decision, and really think, how do you leverage your cooldowns? What do you do? Are you pushing in with those? Yeah, you getting a kill? Fine, that is good. If not, then maybe you paid enough attention so your team is gonna survive, right? Because you doing all of this, even this Necros example. So again, we go back to this.
Yep.
All this pressure here, and he uses dash and deflect at the same time. This still does something. This still baits the attention of the enemy team, and he is creating this opportunity. So now there are more chances for his team to get a kill, actually, because he done that. He forces the resources, and yeah, this is really nice. Okay,
I know what you mean.
so we're gonna do this. Yeah, to pressure until
Yeah.
your resources are forced. Mm-hmm.
I think there's something I learned today, which I didn't think about. That I mean, just like Tracer, Genji can also act as like a attention grabber,
Mm-hmm.
like which is actually I know that's the one of the value of these flankers, right? Like Tracer and Echo is that the enemy team, if even if you don't get a kill, but you can stay safe and attract the attention, maybe sometimes that's value too, because you know they're trying to waste time killing you.
Yep, exactly. And I think maybe if your cooldowns are forced, then we can kind of stabilize, but then we take the position after that anyway.
Yep.
Like,
Correct.
you
Correct.
constantly keep this mindset of, okay, I'm fighting for the position, maintaining the angles. This is really nice. Okay. Uh, what else? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, something you mentioned is about the timing. Control and use the position. If so, yeah, doing all of this, if you can get a kill or your team gets value, this is important. Mm-hmm. That makes sense as well, right? Just
Yeah.
the timing part. Yeah, I think this just kind of small specific. And mechanical one, what was the mechanical one?
The left click versus right click. Like if you can hit two
Mm-hmm.
shurikens or more, use your right click. If not, you probably should left click
Yeah.
the enemy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna write it down this way. Right click, only when you can hit at least, yeah, at least two shurikens. Mm-hmm. I think this is a good rule. Anything than that, if you cannot hit two shurikens, you notice, okay, I can only hit one, then you do left click. Yeah, you do not doing right click anymore. Okay, do you have any final questions?
No, I think today was very productive actually.
Yeah,
We learned
good.
quite. Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to seeing the next session and see if I can actually implement the stuff that we talked today.
Nice.
I think one thing I forgot to put in the notes was also about the 3 to 4 second tunnel vision rule. If you like
Yeah.
can't complete your play in 3 to 4 seconds, you should maybe try to make something else happen. Yeah.
Yeah, you can stick to that, I think. Why not?
Yeah.
This is good to me. But I definitely lean towards more anticipating as well.
Okay, I
So
see what you mean.
yeah. Thinking even before that, kind of what are you trying to do with the positioning? What are you scouting for? Yeah, we can talk about that
Mm.
more. I think later. What we can talk